Hi, it's Greg Archer with MovieWeb. How are you today?
I'm doing all right. How you doing, Greg?
I'm really good. It's good to meet you, and it's
Good to meet you.
fabulous series. But it's very different from the book. So, what would you say? Can you describe the main changes? Because it's a lot different from the original book, Stinger.
Well, when Atomic Monster and James Wan brought me the book, I read it and I thought, this is huge. There's tons of, there's dozens of characters. There's an entire town under siege. There are big set pieces. It's a it's an epic. And I'm not a guy who excels at writing big, bombastic epics. I'm a guy who excels at writing uh, low to the ground character pieces. And so the idea was, what if we took this big thing, we took away all the big explosions, all the characters, and just made it a very small thing. We kept the conceit of the book, but we brought it down to ground level and made something which we're calling a keyhole epic, meaning a very large story, but told through a very small lens. And the idea was that if you take, say, a song, a Radiohead song, a U2 song, and if you take away everything, all the instrumentation, all the production value, all the different instruments, and you just have a single person with a guitar singing the song, if it still works, it's a great song. And that's what we wanted to see. If Stinger, if you take everything away, all the bells and whistles, and you start right at ground level, if it still worked. And I hope and I think it does still work. And so that's a credit to the book. But it was, it was taking a chance because Atomic Monster could have said, well, this isn't Stinger. And I told them from the beginning, I said, listen, I'm going to write a script. If you don't like it, we don't have to make it, but this is what I want to do. And, to their credit, they said, oh, this is very interesting. Let's go see what we can do with it. And now here you and I are talking.
Here we are talking. So, if you could describe this version in a few words, how would you describe it?
Describe it, you mean like a synopsis or like words
Yeah, like
describing the feeling?
the vibe, the whole vibe of it.
Vibe. I would say that Teacup is, as much as it is a horror series, it is a mystery, it is a thriller, it is a family drama, it is even a love story. It is kind of a puzzle box full of different genres that we weave our way through throughout the season and hopefully in subsequent seasons.
Got it. Got it. You came from, obviously producer Yellowstone working with Kevin Costner. How do you feel that experience helped inform this experience?
How did that experience inform this experience? I think, especially Yellowstone and especially Costner, I think that was an experience where I finally became a grown-up in this business, meaning when I got to Yellowstone and I walked onto set and there was Kevin Costner, I couldn't speak because it's Kevin Costner. And after a while you go, oh, Kevin Costner, he's just a guy who does a job, who's very good at his job, but he's a human being, he's a person, he's someone I'm working with. Getting over that sort of starstruck mentality, I think opened the door for me to be effective as a showrunner and creator because I realized all these people, they're just here doing a job and they're here to get excited about that job and do it. It doesn't matter if they're Scott Speedman or if they're, someone's their first role or if it's someone in the crew. Everyone's there to do a job and to get along. And yeah, now I'm starting to ramble, but that was my big takeaway from from Yellowstone to this.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Rob Morgan is McNabb here, and I'm sure that character is going to be very remembered this season with the gas mask. Very eerie, very creepy. Can you talk about working with Rob and that bringing that mask in those particular scenes to land the way that you wanted them to?
Sure. Rob Morgan, I wanted to work with Rob Morgan for years. And the idea that we could take Rob and have him be what you could call the horror face of Teacup, and then by the end of the season, we've totally subverted that, and he is a very different character in the audience's mind than he was when they first encounter him in episodes 1 and 2. And the scenes, especially in episodes 1 and 2, where we introduce McNabb and he is this sort of otherworldly, unknowable ghoul, if you will, were the most challenging scenes of the entire season because it's a very, very particular thing we were trying to do, which is create a sense of fear and dread, yet at the same time leave room for this character to reveal himself to be something very different than what that first experience of him is. So it's a fine line between, is he, Jason in the hockey mask, and what happens when he takes off the mask? Is he just a monster? Is he? So it was really challenging. And I think we got away with it. I think we got away with it. Yeah, we did. I'm getting nods from over here. We got away with it.
It works. Congratulations on all this, and it's so great to connect with you. I think people are going to really love it.
Oh, good. Thank you. Hey, good talking to you.